What's up, good people of the internet? Welcome back to another episode of Rattan Reviews. Um, in today's review, I am going to talk about something that I've noticed is different among two different pieces of the same model of Victorinox Swiss tools. Now, the model in question are these, they're both the same, but they have a slightly different placing for the stickers and the barcode, but they're both EvoWood S557, which is their Delamont series. It's an 85mm tool with wooden scales and an adjustable plier, a small adjustable plier within them, along with a lock blade. When I got this piece for the first time, I fell in love with it because I thought, for my size and for me, the 5-layer knife that it is pretty good to fit into my pocket. But I was a little dissatisfied, so I ordered more pieces because I saw that there were some problems, which I'll explain shortly. But in the process, I discovered something. Let me show them to you. Let me first show you the piece that I'm currently carrying around and I'll most likely keep with me. This piece, this deep dark colored wood, is something I really like. So I'm keeping this. I'll most likely keep this. And the reason I was looking to return this was that I'm holding the key ring tight, but you hear that? That's because the one of the handles and the pliers loose, and I want another piece just like this. And in the process, I was getting a few pieces, and I got one more of these. It didn't go exactly in that same order, but the bottom line is I have two of these. What I noticed is this piece also comes with a multi-purpose wrench, which is right at the center. But I noticed that that on some of these pieces, the wrench is shorter, and it has a conventional Victorinox Phillips screwdriver. But while in other models, the wrench is longer and it has a shorter Phillips screwdriver, which I'm assuming is a Wenger screwdriver because Delamont series comes from Wenger. So let me show these to you real quick. And I was very surprised to see this difference. You'll also notice that on this piece, I'm not sure if you can see that, but up here it says lock on it because that's the lock that helps you close the blade. But you see that writing is right near the edge, almost as if it's misaligned. But you can see that the same writing is slightly better aligned on this piece right here. So that's a consistency problem they have with their production. And the reason I bring this up is because their tools are fantastic, and I have about 40 of them now, and I really love them. But sometimes I notice some things that are strange. In this particular case, the difference in the length of the wrench and the Phillips screwdriver is not mentioned on SAK Wiki. So let me show this to you quickly. Now the one with the darker handles, you can expect some coloration difference in the handle. The Phillips screwdriver doesn't have a half stop. It goes all the way. This does have a conventional Victorinox half stop, a really strong one at that. And I think it's stronger than what I have in my Swiss Champ. Let me get the focus right there. And I'll open it all the way. As you can see right away, these screwdrivers are of a different length. And that's extremely odd for the same model. I'm going to open the multi-purpose wrench. This is the longer wrench, and this is a shorter wrench. There you go. There. So as you can see, this wrench is longer. So it seems that the better bit, and this one, even if when I hold the key ring in and I shake it, this is the one that you can hear the plier, that's the plier making that noise. But in this one, when you hold the key ring in, there's no noise, and I want that effect. I was looking to return this because also there's minor damage on the scales, although I'm not too put off by it. But between these two models, even though this seems better built, is better color wood, maybe according to some people, although I like this, and has a half stop which can be really useful, I'm going to try to keep this one or get another piece just like this which doesn't have that shake in it, because I already have other tools that I also carry with me which have this screwdriver with the half stop, so I'm not missing anything if I give this away. But I do, since I think of myself as an amateur collector, I don't have this particular screwdriver. As you can see, that, I don't know if teeth is the right word, but the let me try to show it to you here. The teeth of the screwdriver are quite different. This is a traditional Victorinox teeth. They look a lot more, they're a lot more comforting. I think it'll work a lot better. And I thought this may not work as well because the teeth aren't as sharp or aren't as prominent. But I was wrong when I tried it on a screwdriver. This worked okay. But I want to be able to keep this one because this is the odd one out. This is the kind of thing that I don't have. This a Phillips screwdriver that's shorter, and I think I already have a wrench. I'm not sure if it's the same length or not. In fact, I'll take a look at that in a bit. I already have this wrench in my XAVT, and if I were to carry one, I could use a longer wrench than a shorter one, because a longer wrench will be better with when a bolts are recessed on whatever it is that it is on. So in fact, you know what, it's a good idea. Let me, since I know one of these wrenches is longer and it's on the longer wrench is on the more traditional tool, as I imagine it's a more traditional tool which has a slight manufacturing defect along with some damage on the scale. Let me compare the length of the wrench with the one on my XAVT. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. We're recording again. This is my XAVT, and as you can see, that it has the Victorinox Phillips screwdriver, Victorinox. I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know where the stress is, and it has a different wrench actually. It's nothing like these wrenches here, so that's a whole different thing. So I guess that's one wrench type, and between these two I'd like to keep the longer one. I know some of the pictures of this model on their brochure, if I recall correctly, shows the wrench with an image of the wrench also imprinted at the base, which none of these three have. Okay, so the XAVT is not the topic of the conversation today. It is that I found two pieces of the same model with differing tools, and no mention of it on SAK Wiki. So I thought that might be of interest to some of you. That's all.